Well, Gary here, and welcome to Dartford Heroes episode 3. Now, this nominee is causing quite a stir at the moment on social media with his own YouTube channel. Now, we would normally call him Sir, but today we can call him Jonathan Dix. Hi, Jonathan. How are you today?
Hi, Gary. I'm great, thank you.
Excellent, great. Thank you for taking your time with me. Now, you've been nominated as a Dartford hero, and I've been following you recently. So I want to know about Jonathan. Tell me about your association with Dartford and what you do, please.
Sure, yeah. Okay, so at the moment I'm a teacher at Dartford Science and Technology College, which is a girls' school in Heath Lane. I'm the food teacher at the moment. I actually started there 12 years ago, actually, as a history teacher. My degree's in theology, but I trained as a chef as well. I went to school at Dartford West Boys School, which is actually built on the same grounds as the present girls' school. So it's a bit weird, but
strange situation.
It is very odd, but there we go. At the moment, I'm head of Year 7 and Year 8, so I look after those students that come from primary school into secondary school and look after that transition as well. And I'm also involved in the community aspect of the school. One kind of hopefully notable example of that is that I actually run what's called a community day, and that's happened for the last 5 years. It's unique to us as a school because every single student and staff member goes out for the day. So that's about 700 people.
Amazing.
It's always in July. And we do loads of things. We paint, we fundraise, we go to senior citizens' homes, we do community art projects, and loads more. Like I say, it is unique as far as we know in Kent. I can't say any more than that, but we definitely think it's in Kent. In the last 5 years, we've raised well over £12,000 for different charities or local charities like Beans and Eleanor, and many more. You've already mentioned, since lockdowns happened, I've started a YouTube channel. I knew that cooking would be popular because obviously everyone's at home, could be a bit bored, etc., etc. And I wanted my students to still carry on cooking. It's called Cooking with Mr. Dix, so no real surprise there.
Yeah.
And actually, at the minute, I'm uploading 2 videos a week and plan to carry on doing that.
I actually shared one of your videos earlier. I've been following it. It was my all-time favourite dessert is lemon meringue pie. So when I heard about it, I also like the sweet corn fritters as well. The lemon meringue pie I'm definitely going to do. And I think it's a great idea because obviously a lot of the children are spending a lot of time at home now with their parents, and it's a great idea. You know, it's I think a tradition with food and takeaways over the years that we lost that from years ago. So I think it's brilliant that you're bringing that back into it. And I think it's going to bring a lot of joy and pleasure to not just parents, children, especially budding chefs. What do you love about Dartford, Jonathan?
Well, lots of things. As I said, I've been a teacher on our present school for 12 years now, so I think it says quite a lot. There's a massive community spirit in Dartford. At the moment, I'm one of the admins on a Facebook group called COVID-19 in Dartford. And nearly 5,000 people are in that group at the moment, and a massive community spirit. It literally was set up to help people who can't get out or to go shopping or to get stuff. And if someone needs something, there's a massive response for people to actually go out and do something, rather than just say they'll do something, to actually go and do it. One of the things that I do is arrange a litter pick, a community litter pick. We did it last year, quite a few schools in Dartford. But this year, unfortunately, got postponed for obvious reasons, but it's going to happen in September. But this year, we're going to do one with the whole of Dartford, or the schools in Dartford. There are about 30 primary and secondary schools in Dartford, and all of them are signed up. So when we do that, which will now be in September, that I think will be the UK's largest litter pick.
That'd be brilliant. You can count me and my wife in, and when you do start promoting this, please let us know so I can share it on my page as well. Tricky question. Tell me about the Dartford people.
Okay.
We have to be careful here, but I do like to ask this one, Jonathan.
The people that I know most about are the Dartford youth, as I teach 700 of them. And all I can say is, as I said already, I've been in my present school for 12 years now, and that says a lot about the students. They are amazing. Every time I set something up or do something community based, they're always up for it. They actually love it. Things like Community Day, for example, where they are big time out of their comfort zone, where they go to places where they've never been before. They do things they've never done before. They are always loving it, and without moans or qualms, they would go and do it and put their all into it. We do quite a lot of fundraising, just not Community Day, but other fundraising as well. And we do loads of things. We actually won the Eleanor Community Award last year, which was amazing. But that is a testament to the way that our students get involved in the community element of the school.
Exactly. I mean, I do a lot of, as being an estate agent, I try to give some community bits regarding property. And when I do checks on areas, and that Dartford's pretty good as far as schooling is concerned, crime rates, etc., etc. How's lockdown affecting you at the moment and your family? I know you've got grandchildren.
Sure. Yeah, so I have 4 grandchildren, another one on the way.
Oh.
You got 4. I know, it's hard to believe. Young and attractive. But yeah, I've got 4 grandchildren. Like I say, number 5's on the way soon in July. That's hard not seeing them. They're all local. We see them all the time normally. But I think with technology now, with things like the Zoom like we're using now, is really good. See them whenever we want to, essentially. I think what is good about now is I think people are now reassessing things in their life, the important things in their life. And it's a great time to do new skills, things like cooking and going, things you would have never done before. And actually things like when you can go out for your exercise. Myself and my wife the other day went literally across the road and went somewhere we'd never been before and found the most amazing kind of this enormous field you could walk around and like a playground we never knew was there, and just different elements of your local community, because so busy driving around, everyone busy. Now we can all slow down a little bit and actually look at things around us and reassess things and enjoy the area that we live in.
I know I'm coming out of it when we come out of this. I'm coming out of it as a different person. And I think I mentioned that when I was talking to Pat last week. And I think that a lot of people would say it's like discovery. I feel as if discovered myself a little bit more. And I think a lot of people have as well, as far as compassion is concerned. When we do finally get out of this, not everyone likes the phrase, but where are you thinking of going out when you get
absolutely. You know what, it'd be interesting because I think it's going to take quite a long time for people to go out. And again, it's going to be that reassessment, isn't it, of kind of people's lives and all that. I've got no real desire to really go anywhere, certainly not jump on a plane or do anything like that. One thing I will do is go and see my grandchildren, although I think it's very likely all their parents will be dropping them off at our house, I'm sure.
We've got another one on the way as well. So, yeah, it's going to be like baby daddy care or whatever at your place.
A break, absolutely, yeah.
Well, that's, I say, out, whatever. If you're spending it with family and seeing grandkids, I know a lot of people, my mum and dad, not missing the grandkids. So that's more important to some people than going down the pub or having a restaurant or going to a meal. So that's more, it's family time. Is there anything that you'd like, finally, Jonathan, to say to the Dartford residents out there and who else is watching us?
Sure. I think at the moment, obviously, as a teacher, homeschooling is if you have children at home, it is paramount. And I know some parents are really struggling with homeschooling because it is really difficult. All I would say to the parents of Dartford is, you know what, you are doing an amazing job. You need to remember you are not a teacher and no one expects you to be at all. Do what you can. Academic and academia, of course, is important. Of course it is. But I would say that spending time with your children is more important, and teaching them new skills. Go out in the garden, go on a bike ride, have a walk, make a cake. Do things like that is just so important. As a teacher, often, and I know this can sound bad, but sometimes we know the children better than the parent does. And this is a great time to get to know your child.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely amazing what you said there. I think it's bringing, obviously, some families closer together. I actually spoke to a friend this morning that said, God, this homeschooling thing, at least it finishes today. We've got 2 days off. So they're under a little bit of pressure. But as you quite rightly said, it's, you are the experts. That's why you do that job. And I think things like your cooking channel which I'm going to promote as much as I can, is a great thing. Going out in the garden, going for the bike ride. It's a time, I think, to that families are actually getting closer, like it used to be. Some people are not used to that, but like you and me, people like you and me know what it used to be many, many years ago, and people above us. I just want to say, brilliant then. Thank you ever so much, Jonathan, for your time. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you today. I want everyone to go. We're going to put the link on there for Jonathan's YouTube channel. Go, if your mum and dad, a child, obviously, don't go to the pan or the cooker without mum and dad there being with you, but you can watch his channel. They're really, really good. Again, Jonathan, thank you ever so much. And I want to say to everyone out there in Dartford, if you want to nominate a hero, please get in contact with me. Dartford, stay safe, stay well. And remember, you're not stuck at home, you're safe at home. Thank you, Jonathan.
Thank you.
Take care.
'Cause you're a believer.